Hello everyone and welcome to another LSJ's Late Review, this time for The Living Daylights. So Living Daylights is the 1987 James Bond flick starring Timothy Dalton, directed by John Glenn, with a screenplay by Michael G. Wilson and Richard Maybaum. Also starring in the movie we have Marion Diabo as Kara, Joren Crab. Oh, I hope I got the pronunciation of that right. He plays Koshkov. We've got John Rhys-Davies as Pushkin, and Joe Don Baker, of all people, in this one as Whittaker. Of course, Desmond Llewellyn pops in as well. The two people playing M and Moneypenny, that's Robert Brown as M and Carolyn Bliss as Moneypenny. They're okay. They're not great. I just don't think they have the kind of fun or the charisma that the previous M or Moneypenny had. But that's okay, because Mr. Dalton's here is to pick up the slack. He is charismatic as fuck. He's a cool customer, and he's just a fucking impressive dynamite James Bond. I watched this with my wife. We loved License to Kill. Me a little more than she did, but we both loved Timothy Dalton's performance. So rather than try another Bond with Pierce or Roger or Daniel, I decided, yeah, we gotta put The Living Daylights on. So the gist of this movie is James Bond's after this Russian general Koshkov and this other guy Whittaker, who are doing illegal arms dealing in order to kind of fund or make money from a new world war that they're hoping to create. One thing that surprised me watching The Living Daylights is just, I thought this was better than License to Kill, and maybe a lot of you do, but for me, it had always been License to Kill was the better of his two Bond movies, because it was different. It kind of breaks the mold from what is typically a James Bond flick. But this one is about as traditional as a Bond flick gets. You've got the Aston Martin, you've got the gadgets, you've got the Russian intrigue, you've got all of this kind of stuff that is typical of a James Bond movie. But this time, it's all wrapped up in this package. It does everything right. It does get to the cheese factor. They do move to the cheese factory a couple of times, but it's never overdone. Everything kind of just gels really well. Dalton is charismatic, and they kind of build this film around him. He's amazing. He's wonderfully charming. He's fucking great in the action stuff as well. And it was just a really, really fun, if traditional, experience. But even I'm saying that it's traditional, I fucking love this movie much more than I remembered loving it. So I've got to mention Andreas Wisniewski. Ooh, I hope I got that name right. He plays a henchman of Koshkov's named Necros, and he pops up throughout the movie, doing the whole Robert Shaw-esque thing of being a sneaky prick and killing guys. But his fight scene at the end with Timothy Dalton on the back of that cargo plane, mwah, absolutely well shot, so well done, and fucking cool as hell. It was a really good fight. So definitely had to give him props. John Rhys-Davies is this big personality, and I know he's a heavy set dude, but that's not what I mean. He's always this kind of big personality, almost like a Brian Blessed kind of guy. So I thought he'd be in the movie more. He's not in the movie all that much, but when he is there and his interactions with Timothy Dalton as Bond are really cool. There's definitely a mutual respect there, even if they aren't friends, which I did really appreciated. Crab as Koshkov, God, what a smarmy prick. Couldn't wait to see someone just fucking punch him in the face. It was fun watching him fail. Now, Joe Don Baker is also a Bond villain in this. He's fine. I'm a little biased against him, and it's not his fault. I've seen him in a couple of Mystery Science Theater movies, and they just tear him to shreds, and so I find it really hard to kind of watch him and take him seriously, but he's not in this movie so much that it's distracting for me. He was really cool too. And of course, Marion Diabo as Kara, the cellist, and would-be assassin. She's really fantastic. I really like the building relationship between her and Bond. It's something that definitely wouldn't have worked quite as well with Roger Moore or with Sean Connery. I think they would have moved in for the kill a lot sooner than than James, but nope. Then Dalton, but no, Dalton is fucking cool as a cucumber, and he doesn't push things unnecessarily. His Bond is willing. It works because he takes what's happening and reacts to it and plans for that, rather than taking the first sign of opportunity to be with the ladies. The Bond theme by Aha isn't bad, and if you listen to it a few times, it kind of grows on you. I think the music is there, the lyrics are fine. My problem, I think you needed a bit of a stronger voice to kind of pull it off. It's a Bond movie. You got to go big and bombastic, don't you? Maybe David Gahn would have been a lot better as the singer for this one. Should have asked the Depeche Mode boys and girls, not Aha. Could have been generic because it has a lot of those Bond tropes that James Bond is known for, but this is just a really satisfying package from beginning to end. And Timothy Dalton, his first outing as Bond is fantastic, and dare I say better than his second outing, though I really like that. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Living Daylights, though, surprised me this time around, and I'm giving it a 9. Really fucking good flick. I chase it down, and I'm confused now because why didn't he get to do 3 or 4 of these? He's fantastic. All right, sure. I'm sure some of you got reasons as to why he didn't make an indelible mark on the role as some of the other people to play it. He was such a short-lived Bond, but maybe I just like the underdog Bonds because I love me some Dalton and Lazenby. Sue me. Out of the 3 Bonds so far, my wife has preferred Timothy Dalton, and I can see why. He's awesome. So thanks again for watching this review. Give me a like, dislike, share, and subscribe. All that kind of shit. I'll see you next time. I think we're delving into Roger Moore territory next. Ooh, little tease there. Oh, living daylights. Do 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 do. Oh, the living.